Hello. This is Kristen at Immortals Inc. and I am painting session 2 of this Gene Stealer Cult's Patriarch today at Immortals Inc. I think I already said that. I'm not sure. Where we left off last week, I was doing all of the base coating and I did a little bit of shading on him. So I'm going to continue today doing some detail work and just making him look terrifying, because that's what he is. So, sorry, I'm actually going to be streaming longer today. I have the day off work, so I got something to do later. Not until like 6 or 7 though, so I'll probably be streaming until 3 instead of 2 today. We'll see how everything goes. Well, let's get started. I think I'm going to begin by start to highlight this brown carapace parts here. So this was the base color XV88 by Citadel, and I did a thin down glaze of Druchii Violet. So yeah, alright. Let's get my paints out. I'm just gonna get a few paints out to start out with, because I'm not too sure what direction I'm going yet. So here's the base color, XV88. I'm gonna start by going over it with this Golden Shadow, I believe, by Reaper. I think that should work. This is a part of the Reaper Golden Skin Triad. It's very nice if you're looking for a good skin tone. But I'm not using it for that today. Just putting a little bit of Flow-Aid in there. Reaper paints are normally pretty thin. I don't have to mess with them a whole lot to get the consistency that I want. So I'm gonna grab a number 2 by Broken Toad. And I'm gonna start making score marks on his carapace. Make sure everything looks okay, light looks good. Alright. Okay. That looks good. Let's see. I'm gonna start maybe at his feet and work my way up here. Alright. I want to make his carapace look rough, which is why I'm going with the scoring motion. As opposed to, you know, like a smooth glazing or a nice smooth layer. After I finish this, I'm gonna deepen some of the shadows too. I just wanted to get some highlights in there. This is just regular old palette paper. I bought it at Pecatans, which, if you're not local, is the craft store in Ohio, and it's like $1. They're the perfect size sheet though. You can see the difference now that that's making, adding a lot of definition to his leg here. I always like seeing you know, comparing what I'm doing to parts that aren't done yet. So this might take a little while, but it's going along smoothly. Oh no, he's falling off. There we go. The downsides of using sticky tack. My hands are very shaky today. I've been painting since 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't know anyone else that wakes up at 6:30 a.m. to paint, but I do, so I'm crazy. Whenever I, like, his thigh here is a big flat surface, I'm still continuing to do the scoring motion. Kind of imagining it like, kind of going in the direction that maybe his muscles would go. Thank you, William. I wanted a very different scheme for my Tyranid army, Genestealer army. It's actually based off of a bug that I saw at work one day. I've been obsessed with that bug ever since I saw it. It's crazy. So I got the first leg mostly done here. Let's go this way a little bit, hit this edge. Alright. I actually haven't tried Games Workshop palette paper. I know you guys had some here a little bit ago, but then I saw this at Pack Dance for $1. I bought like 5 or 6 of them, so I'm set for a day. Yeah, I definitely recommend getting some more for the store, because it's a great surface to paint on. I used to have a real bad habit of painting directly on my mat. Well, now I got a mat at home that's just a mountain of paint. And I don't want to clean it. It's just a mess. So I'm starting the other leg here. Just doing the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing all throughout. This flow aid from, I think it's the Liquitex flow aid. It's great. It does exactly what it sounds like it does. It aids your flow, and it slows down the drying time of your paint. So if you're not using a wet palette, it's easier to work with and stays wet longer. There's one downside I have noticed from mixing flow aid into my paints, is that it gives it a pretty satin-like finish. But if you clear coat your models when you're done, that doesn't even matter. It brings it back to normal. I feel like this is taking forever. So back on his thigh. Do the big long strokes here. I'm not being too neat or tidy with this, because I'm not neat and tidy. But yeah, I want his carapace to look rough, so that's why I'm painting the way I am. Oh, hello, thank you. Haze. Oh, I will be. I'm here every Thursday, 12:30 to 2. Longer today. So this is if I don't remember seeing your name, but if you watched last week, I just started this mini last week, so I'm doing all the good stuff today. Last week was a lot of base coating and boring stuff. Sorry. If anyone watching paints this model, it's hard to paint fully assembled. I'm having a hard time. So that's his 2 legs done. Ah, thank you. Thank you for your follow too. I really appreciate it. You can check out my I can't speak right now. My page on Facebook or my Instagram, Katie Paints Minis. And you can check out the store, Immortals Inc. as well. This is where I'm painting at. They're so nice to let me paint here. Now I'm just starting to hit his tail after I did both of his legs. Make some progress. I'm thinking about adding some sort of pattern or something up here on along his back, but I'm stuck on what to do. So we'll see if I can think of anything. Like some spots, maybe. I've seen some Gene Stealer quilts with spots. Going into his chest here, which is very difficult to get. If I go off camera with him, I apologize. I'm just trying to get my brush somewhere. Yeah. I can see all of the comments combined on my screen. So I can answer to those and I can answer to you. I think it's Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah, so if you think I'm talking to myself, I might be answering someone else's question. No biggie. Now onto his neck, if I can get to it. He's so detailed, I don't want to leave any of these spots out, but they're so hard to get to. This is one of my favorite Gene Stealer quilt models to play with and to look at. Alright. Oh boy. Why would you get rid of him? I actually have two because I love him so much. I normally run them as Brood Lords though. Because Brood Lords are a beast. They're great. Oh, okay. I painted up some Deathwatch a few months ago. Alright, now that I'm done nitpicking, we'll get to this carapace now. It's okay, I've got tons of things that aren't painted. Mountains of plastic. which is why I really like this stream, because it allows me to get away from commission work and just get some of my stuff done. That's a lot of Space Marines. One thing I do not like painting is Space Marines. Mainly because I like painting things with skin. And the armor is just boring for me to paint. But I'll work through it if I must. Oh, like some of the heroes and the characters and stuff. Those ones are cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, a while back I painted some plain old Primaris Intercessors, and I was bored out of my mind painting them, because there was nothing there. There was armor, and there was a gun. And it was horrible. I had a bad time. Yeah. I don't think I mind painting Grey Knights that much, but it is a lot of metallics to do. There's some women in the other room being really, really loud, so I'm sorry if you guys hear them. There's really nothing I can do about that. It's distracting. Yeah, they're just yelling, having a good time. I don't know. Immortals is in an office building, so the neighbors are other businesses and stuff. I think that's where that's coming from. Maybe the neighbor. Or the bathroom. So I'm just slowly working my way up his back here. This was a good color choice to do this with. I like it because you can still see the XV88 under it pretty well. Yeah, I'm gonna add some more shadows. I'm not gonna do an all over glaze like I did last week. I'm just gonna go to the deepest recesses next. I want to add because I did purple. I might add either purple again to make it look more rich, or I'm gonna add a dark brown to make the deep shadows look a little different. That way I can get a little bit of a break from highlighting for a minute. Because my brain's going crazy doing this right now. But he's getting there. And this paint is still wet. That's insane. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've never tried oils on miniatures. I've actually never worked with oils at all. But I've heard people really like using oil washes and oil glazes with miniatures. I don't know if I'd have that kind of patience though. I get mad when something takes longer than 10 minutes. So I use a lot of glazes for shadows. And I'll do those, and then I'm like, well, guess I'm not painting here for another hour or two. Oh wow. Yeah, I'll stick with my $3 or $4 paints any day. Yeah. I think acrylic's fine. I'm not doing crazy, insane showcase pieces though. That's what people that work with oils, they're like the amazing artists. I'm gonna start working on his head details. I can't wait to be done with this color. Today's the perfect day to do a longer stream because this is taking a long time. Yeah, it's only been 30 minutes, which isn't too bad. But it's a big model. I'm hoping I can finish them up next week and then move on to my next model. That's the plan. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I did a vote for this one and this one won the vote, but this next one's going to be my pick. So I'm extending this color into his brain a little bit, just to add some more color tones, just where it kind of like fades off there. Yeah. It's got a lot of details in it though, which is cool. Tyranid heads, all they really need is a decent highlight, since there's so much detail already sculpted into them. It's not too bad to make them look good, or it's not too hard to make them look good. Thank you. I'm having fun with this guy. He's been on my to paint list for a long time. I just noticed that I made this blue over here, and then I painted this brown over here, so I might have to fix that. I might fix that off stream though. Little things like that I will do off stream because, yeah. Oh well. Maybe I'll just add some more of this color here. This side of his face is really hard to get to. Not worried about his teeth right now, so they're not going to be this color. Alright. I still have 4 arms to do. That's great. So I got the body done, the tail, the legs. Now just his multitude of arms. Hopefully I can make these go by fast. Okay. Well, I'm still doing what I've been doing. Just using the same scoring motion. I think the next color I'm going to highlight with later on is going to be a bone off-white. Alright, thank you for watching. That is one arm done. 3 more. I made a mess. So, there we go. Okay, that's better. Always have a brush to the side. Clean up your messes. Alright, this isn't working out. It's too wet. Alright. That's better. Just had to mix it up a little bit. I was probably separating from the fluid that I mixed in. Alright, this arm's almost done. Just gotta do his hand and his fingers and stuff. Oh boy. I'm tired today. 2 more arms. The next tile should go by a lot faster, so I'm going to be using it more sparsely. Palette paper is amazing. This one's got the perfect finish to it too. Yeah, I just throw it away once it's full. I get, here they are. These. There's a sheet of, or there's 35 of them in the booklet. And I just get rid of them. I use them until it's all, full. Games Workshop makes palette paper too. I haven't used it, but I'm sure it's the same. I think it's a little bit bigger than these sheets. Yep, no problem. Alright, I think I'm just about done with this color after 45 minutes of highlighting. I'm sorry. I've been trying to go as fast as I can. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this color laid over the XV88. It looks very natural without being too subtle. And I forgot the inside of his hand here. You can't see much of it though. Okay, so that was grueling. So here's what I did. Yeah, I just, I normally, I'm doing this at home, and obviously I don't care how long it takes when I'm at home, but now I'm like, I'm sorry it took so long. But this was XV88 with Games Workshop Druchii Violet, and then layered on top of that with Reaper Golden Shadow. And it gave a nice brown organic hue. And now I'm gonna deepen these shadows a little bit more. Oh, sorry, my back is killing me. Alright. I think I am going to deepen the shadows with a thinned down Agrax. And I'm just going to be very selective with where I put this. And with some medium. Thank you. I guess I'm gonna do like a 3-2 of medium to Agrax. I love thinning down the Games Workshop shades because it makes them so nice and easy to work with. So I'm not gonna use a great brush because I don't like what shades do to my nice brushes. They make them all sticky and gross. Yeah, I'll use this here. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna use this glazing brush. So I want to be a little more precise. So here, I'm just adding this to the deepest recesses on him, just to add another sense of depth. Because I don't think the purple is nice and dark, and it did what I wanted to, mostly. But we definitely need another shadow color in there. I'm trying not to let this, pool or get everywhere, so I don't want to do a whole lot of cleanup when I'm done with it. I recommend only using an acrylic medium when thinning down your shades. If you use water, it doesn't work the same way. So I use this like I just used the Lamian medium, because Games Workshop's medium thins down their shades fantastically. And I think it's actually easier to work with without it tinting your paints too much. So I know I'm doing is like whole inner thigh here. It's not really a recess, but I want to make it darker in there. because light really wouldn't be hitting there. So I'm kind of doing a combination of zenithal highlighting and just all over highlighting, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, so this is a very subtle difference. We may not be able to even see it on camera. I hope you can, because it really does make a big difference. It always seems to me that highlighting shows up way better than shading does. So I want inside all here to be nice and dark too. And then under here where the plates connect and meet. Okay, great. Thank you. So, I guess what I'm trying to show is, I did here, see how the shadows are more brown and dark and pronounced, whereas everywhere else, we can't see them the same way. So I was doing this leg. Definitely got to go inside his carapace here, his chest. It's definitely dark in there. I'm letting it pull a little bit more in here than I normally would. Thank you. Awesome. Start them out young. So I want to add some more definition to his face. I don't know. I think I said this already, but I don't know who was here. I'm going to try and stream until 3 today. Every other Thursday, I stop at 2. But this Thursday is a little different. It is 1:30 now. I don't know where you guys are from, so. And I'm kind of adding this Agrax in a similar scoring motion, like I did the highlights in some areas. I'm letting it pool in some places and then just kind of scoring it in others. I'm gonna start after this working on the blue parts just to get another color done today. And then maybe after the blue I'll start working on the pink, and then we'll start all over again with the brown. I kind of lost where I was, so I'm just going all over the place now. Wherever it looks like it needs it. I think I got everywhere. I don't think I did under the plates on this side. I know I did the other side. Alright. Well, that wasn't a huge thing. I felt like it needed to be done. So blue. What did I use here? Looks like I think I used Ironman blue. Yeah, I'm gonna use Temple Guard blue. So with this, I'm going to go along the top edges of these lines. I don't know what you guys call these things for the Tyranids. These little areas. But that's blue, so I'm going to make that blue. I don't know what color I base coated it in. It was either Temple Guard or Araman blue. Either way, it's a light blue. So let's try it. I know I paint really close to the edge of the table, so maybe that'll help, but help more. And if I accidentally get inside the recess, I'm not going to worry about it because I can kind of spot fix that by filling it in with the Druchii. I'll cheat a little bit if I need to. Yeah, I think I want something brighter. Yeah, I want something brighter. What am I gonna do? I'm looking for blue horror. I don't think I brought it today. Oh. I'll make do. Oh, this paint's like clogged. I was using it this morning. I don't know why I didn't fix it. Yeah, this paint's not coming out. I don't have anything to poke it with either. Oh well, guess I'm not doing that. Okay. I'll just put some pallid witch flesh in there. Just to make it a little bit brighter. There we go. I think that'll show up better. Alright. So I'm just going over the tops of these lines. I'll probably end up bringing these to like a white. And if I mess up, I'm just gonna fill them in with the purple. Should be okay. And yes, I'm still using a number 2 brush for this. I don't think I will have to change. Lately I've been using a number 2 for everything. I think it's because my 1 is dying, so I'm too lazy to order another one. Yeah, I messed that one up. But that's okay. I did his eyes. And I'm gonna do down here. This is gonna be a pain because it's curved. The other ones were at least flat. I've got the shakiest hands in the world right now. Probably my fault for drinking a Monster. But oh well, I needed it. On here, these ones by his tail, or on his tail, and just kind of focus on the top of them instead of all around. It's so hard to do. Alright, now it's time to work on his brain. You can see the difference that light made. It almost made them look like they're glowing a little bit. Yeah. So, just gonna highlight the tops of his brain wrinkles. Alrighty, alright. So I'm almost done with this blue. It's working out alright. Alright, so that's step one of the blue. He's getting places now. He's starting to look pretty. I'm alright with him. So, what did I say I was going to do next? I'm also going to do these ones, I think. Those were Iron Rack Skin by Games Workshop. It's one of the new paints. If you don't have it, it's great. You should get it. I'm going to highlight it with the same color, I think. Because the purple darkened it a lot, because it's such a light color. So, it should be a noticeable difference if I just use the base coat. Oh god, I went everywhere. Making a mess. So, there's just a few of these. I figured I'd hit them while I'm focused on bitty bitty lines. So I did that arm. Oh, I gotta do the inside of it. Okay. I think I'm also gonna go ahead and give his teeth this color too. It's a little bright, but I'll darken it up. He's also got a few like blemishes. I'm gonna give this color too. So many last second decisions I've been making, I'm sorry. Any more blemishes? I think I got them all. Okay. And again, just like the blue, if I'm hitting some spots, I can always clean it up later. I've just come to accept my mistakes and not spend forever trying to fix them. That's what I used to do when I started painting. If I made a mistake, I would fix it immediately. And because I was doing that, it was like I was getting nothing done. So then I just started waiting until it absolutely had to be fixed. You know, like going on to the next stage of highlighting or whatever. So he's got some pretty highlights on him now. I think I'm gonna start doing some pink. This is Screamer Pink base coat currently. I gotta touch up a few spots with that, so bear with me while I do that. I also got a few spots I don't want it to be. It's okay. Alright, Screamer Pink. Screamer Pink, Pink, Pink. Like, I didn't even do his one hand. His nails. So, I really gotta fix this. These I'm going to try to make look a little bit smoother so that I have a few textures going on in this piece. I got the rough, coarse carapace, which isn't really coarse looking yet. And then I want this smooth, deadly looking spikes and nails. Claws, I guess would be a better word. Okay, so I'm gonna touch up some other spots. It's just some spots I've been noticing that I missed. I'm gonna be mixing a lot of colors to highlight these because I don't own a lot of these pinks. So it'll be fun. Lots of fun. Fix his toes here. Oh, shoot. That's fine. It's 1:49. Sorry if I ever just, start breaking out in song about ridiculous things. It's kind of what I do. My favorite thing to do is to make up songs and sing them to my cats. About my cats. Oh boy, you probably think I'm crazy if you're watching this. Yes. Yeah, the blue is awesome. I don't even know what color chiffon is. Would that, because I used violet, would that be... I just don't know what color that is. I feel horrible. I've got two cats, Macy and Drax. They are my favorite things in this world. Okay, so I'm done with that. So I think I'm gonna use a few different things to make this look good. I'm just gonna get ready over here. Start putting some of this other stuff away for now, because I'm getting crowded. Alright. I think what I'm gonna do is start mixing the Screamer Pink into this rose brown. No, I'm gonna mix it into, bring it up to this Emperor's Children. Oh, okay. So I'm slowly just gonna start mixing more and more Emperor's Children. And then I think after Emperor's Children, I'm gonna bring it up to a shiny white so it looks super shiny. If it works, cool. That's what I want it to do. But you never know. So let's see what happens. What I'm gonna make here. So this looks like it'll be a good start transition color. Let's see what it looks like on model. So it's very subtle. Oops. But I think it's gonna work. So I'm gonna roll with it. Oh. I want more pink. I'm very impatient. More pink! So I'm just kind of focusing on the outwards curve on these for now. Like, whichever curve, like, since this is down, this might be getting more light than the other side. So I'm just going to be following the direction of where zenithal lighting would catch it. This is still such a subtle difference, but I need a smooth transition if I'm gonna get the shiny look that I want. So I'll just slowly be mixing in more and more of this Emperor's Children. But this process should go by pretty fast, because there's not a lot of pink, and yeah, that's why. Thank you. I think after my next coat, it'll really start to show. Air bubble. Oh shoot. Okay, that should be fine. So many claws. So many claws on this little guy. Big guy, big guy. He is not a little guy. Don't call him that. He might murder you. Alright, so a little over halfway done. I think I just got this claw and that side of that claw, and then I'm good to start my next color on these pink spots of death. What am I doing with my life? There we go. One more hand. My biggest regret about having this army is that I have so many arms to paint. True story. Alright, so maybe I can get that. You can kind of see it actually, which is cool. I'm probably just gonna do a basic basing scheme. Nothing too crazy. I've already got a basing scheme for my my Gene Stealer cults. It's like a dirt, and then I wash it in Coelia green shade, and then I dry brush it in like grays, so it looks real like aquatic and marine or alien like. You can see it on my page. I posted it like last week, I think. And then I use lichen. But for this, I'm still going to use those concepts, but I might add a little bit different. Make it look a little bit different with the sewer. Maybe add a little puddle underneath the sewer or something. We'll see. I don't normally do my basing on camera because I don't know. I never know what I'm doing, and I'm not the best at basing. I prefer painting. I think I'm better at painting than basing. So like I'll finish a model on stream, and then I'll go home and base it, and I'll try to get that done before my next stream so everyone can see pictures of it. So I'm mixing in more. Now it's looking more and more pink. It's time to do that all over again. It is 2:02. Depending on viewers and chat and stuff, I'll be ending at 2:30 or 3. So in either a half hour or an hour. If there's a lot of people in here chit-chatting, then I'll stay on. When I first started painting, I painted my models, and then people are like, you gotta base them, right? I was like, really? I just spent all this time painting it, and I'm still not done. And I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna base my models. Screw this. They're gonna be on plain bases all the time. I still have that concept, that logic in my head, but I'll base them just because. Not a huge fan of it. But I'm trying to branch out with it. I just got a Kickstarter delivered this morning from Huge Miniatures. They're actually super local to me. They're located in Sheffield Lake, Ohio, which is about like an hour away from me, which is cool. They did a Kickstarter for flower and grass tufts, and I got a nice look at those this morning before I came in. They are awesome. There's going to be flowers on everything I paint now. Even my nids will be surrounded in a field of flowers because I've got so many now. Be prepared. So I'm doing a couple of layers of this just to brighten it up slowly. That's why I just kind of keep going back and forth until I get it bright where I want it to be. I do have a lot of the Army Field or the Army Painter products. I have a couple of their flax, and I've got their black battleground rocks, which I like those a lot. I've got their snow. I just started using their primer. This is actually their Dirty Bone primer. I think it's called Dirty Bone. It's something bone. I like that a lot too. So other products, the only I've used none of their paints really. So I don't know much about those other than the primers and basing. This dude just scratched me. Ow. Yeah, those two are nice. I have a lot of basing supplies from Green Stuff World as well. Like their leaves. I use tufts from various different companies too. And what else? I just ordered some tombstones, gravestones from Green Stuff World. Just lots of different things. How do you like their paint? I was at a painting workshop at another game store a few weeks ago, teaching new people how to paint. It's like a paint clinic that they hold. And I experimented a little bit with the Reaper paint because I had some sitting out. I think I used their strong or mid-tone shade. That was nice. Alright, so here's that next layer of purple. Slowly getting brighter. Or, not purple, pink. Let's bring this up again. I'm gonna mix in a lot of pink this time. And I want this to be pretty thin. So, thanks. Spending a little bit more time on these than I wanted to, but I want a certain look. So, oh well. So I'm using less and less paint as the shades get brighter. This I'm kind of focusing on more of an edge highlight, almost, but a little bit more. So I'm going to start getting to the shiny points. I think the best way to describe it would be going for glossy without using gloss. Maybe I'll go over it with a diluted gloss coat when I'm done. That might look cool. Yeah, I'm super excited for this. I just want to finish it now. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't want a, like an insane gloss. I just think a nice diluted gloss coat after my varnish will do it wonders. I think after this, I'm just gonna go pure Emperor's Children. And then I'm gonna go for almost a white color. And that really should be it. I'm having a lot of fun with this pink, so it's kind of why I keep working at it. I like trying to simulate effects. I'm figuring out ways to do things. I know it sounds kind of ironic, but I don't watch a lot of tutorials and I don't watch a lot of people paint. I just kind of paint and figure out things that work out good for me. And it's all trial and error. There's a few things here and there that I've looked up how to do, but I really just find my own way. I think that's part of the fun. Alright, so now I'll show you guys this next layer of pink here. It's starting to look awesome. I'm really liking this palette. My paints are staying really matte. Everything's just working out great. I got a new light. Josh here at Immortals printed me out. It's an arc light that goes above me. And then he ran LED strips through the arc, and it's amazing. I think it's helping out a lot, because I was having lighting issues the past few streams, because it was only coming from one source. This light's coming all the way around. So now I'm making that final transition into my last pink. I'm super excited for some reason, but I don't want to rush it. Oh, it's awesome. I've got a regular, light at home. I think I'm gonna ask him to make me one of these. I want one of these. And then I'll have more desk space, because I won't have a big lamp on my table. I don't know where he got the file to print it from. If you want me to ask him, I will. I don't know anything about that stuff. I just paint things. Oh, okay. So I'm just cruising along with this pink here. I think I'm going to wrap things up at 2:30ish today. After this, I'm going to do my last color and then call it a wrap. I've got a whole bunch of Skaven here next to me. I got to paint the bases black for that I forgot about. Painted a bunch of Skaven and I didn't do paint the base black. Thank you for tuning in and keeping the chat busy. It's always nice when someone's chit-chatting away. Makes it go by a lot faster. I'm looking forward to next week too. This guy's turning out better than I thought he would. Super excited to get more of this carapace painted on him. Alright, so this is pink, and now I'm finally gonna make the giant leap into white. You know what? I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna use this pink that I've been holding this whole time. Oh, hey, thanks. Hi. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Vikings Miniatures. I appreciate it. Even if you aren't a fan of knits. It's okay. This is pink. Carnal Pink by P3. P3 is great. If you haven't used their paints, they smell really bad. Oh boy. That's why I don't use them a whole lot. As much as I love their pigments, they smell so bad. So I'm going to be using this very, very lightly. Because it's a huge difference. I just want to be super careful with my application of this color, because it's yeah, I'm running out of words. See how quickly it gave it that effect I've been after this whole time. Just that final thing to give it that shine without being shiny. This is also where I'm using more of that scoring motion to paint. I'm just using the side of my brush to catch the sharpest edges on all of his spikes and claws and talons and weapons. Alright, so I did everything but the ones on his back, which I'm going to start right now. And then I'll wrap today up. Oh, I forgot the other side of his hand. Alright. Sorry, I forgot about his hand. And then I started nitpicking at it. Alright. Anyway. Now let's do these parts. These are going to be a little tricky. So for now, I'm going to focus on these, I guess, crests on each side. I'm just going to use the side of my brush and lightly sweep across. Alright, almost done here. Alright, so I'm going to call this quits for today after that. Here's what we got. Did a lot of detailing these past 2 hours. So here's your final spin around. For some reason I think you can see it better with my hand in the back. It's really starting to get definition and look cool. So, thanks for tuning in. Next week we will continue working on him. Maybe not next week, but the week after. So 2 more streams, I think, is what it'll take for him to be done. Alright? Have a good day, everybody.